Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Army Men of War Legends. I'm your host, MightyMapper123, and we are going back in time once again to, I think it was Season 2, between the Blues and the Reds. They had a bit of a conflict in the neutral zone, if you remember. The Blues and the Reds have always hated each other, and I've just been looking for an excuse to go back in time to use some of these old remastered Season 2 skins that we have here. Look how cool they look. They look so epic. They do have the FALs look, so it is kind of like a modern era gun. I think it's like 1950s to 1960s, I believe, that they use these guns. So that's the kind of era that we're in for this point in the war and in the series of Army Men of War. So right here we're in the neutral zone, like I say, which is located right here on the battle map, and we're about to watch a huge tug-of-war battle made by my friend Nyrok, and it's basically two huge tank divisions charging into each other in the neutral zone, which is miles and miles wide. What it is that there would realistically be a big wall on that side of the map, but obviously this map's not big enough to see it, and there'd also be another wall on the other side as well, stopping both armies from getting into each other's territory, being the Blues and the Reds, Blutania and the Red Union, should we say. So right here we can see a couple of units overlooking a dead Red over here. Look, he's lost his arm and his leg. This Red has not had much luck either. Look, these guys must have manned the bunker or something, or attempted to take the bunker. We have these Blue Scouts which have came forward now, look, and we can see that all that they can see is bodies everywhere. Look, we've got another Blue there. Maybe he's still alive. They're interrogating him at the minute just to see what happened, as the full division of tanks, we're talking hundreds of Cromwells, we're talking thousands of infantry as well, are going to be charging into each other. This was the biggest conflict of the series, and it was also the biggest amount of casualties that both the Blues and the Reds ever kind of had in the series so far. So this is going to be epic. We're going to press the start button and see who's going to win this tug of war. So vote in the comments who's going to win, the Reds or the Blues. This is older equipment. Look, we can see on this side over here, look, we've got some Cromwells. So we're back to the old World War II sort of equipment, which is super exciting. Also the older skins as well. Look, we've got thousands of troops coming into the map now. I love these tanks. We are slowly but surely moving everything from Season 2 into Season 3 now, so that on Patreon we're going to have like this full sort of era pack where people can pick what sort of era they want to fight and recreate the battles from in the Army Men of War series. The Reds got here really quick, and those Blues that were scouts seem to have perished. Over here we have a lot of Cromwells getting destroyed before they even get to their objective. The objective, like I say, for each nation is to take the other side of the map. That's how we're going to play it in these episodes of Army Men of War Legends. Oh, dude, that grave, look at it. I thought this would be a cool idea. I added this to Nyrok's map. I added like a little graveyard of the church. I thought it was made for like really cool ambience look. And not only that, we could actually get the Reds and we can station them in the windows at some point as well. And we can like get the Blues to try and tackle it. And if you guys remember correctly, there was a church battle which was around this area. It wasn't in the neutral zone, but I'm going to challenge you guys. What video was and whereabouts was the last church battle that we did? It was where the Blues held down against the Greys. Point me in the direction of the video in the comments and I'll give you guys a shout out, or just love your comment or something, I don't know. We've got squad leaders moving up. I think these guys are armed with M14s and the famous T-34, baby, number 492. There's just something about the T-34. It's so nice looking. It's a traditional Russian tank, isn't it? If you was to ever draw a Russian tank, you'd draw a T-34. So beautiful. I think we've got more on the way as well, such as the KVs and others. Oh, he tried throwing a grenade right there. This is back in the day when they didn't have much in the way of rocket launchers or anything. It was just more of the anti-tank grenades. Really nostalgic coming back to this battle. You can see the fog which is just built up because of all the fighting that's gone on. If we get a little strategic overview over here, look, we can see there's a full company of soldiers battling this T-34 on the left hand side. Didn't last long though, did it? They've actually took control of this trench now. with the famous Lewis gun. These tanks don't need to go that close to the soldiers. I think they will learn eventually. Good shot, sir. We'll have to click on some of the troops throughout the battle just to see how many soldiers that they kill. Because I think we can, if we check it like this, look. We can select an individual soldier like this. And we can see his kills. He's got no kills at this precise moment. This guy right here has got 2 kills. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, like if you see the little 1 in the bottom left corner, that means he's killed 1 tank, so that's pretty epic. I want to see a machine gunner or something. Let's try and find a machine gunner, because they tend to get the most kills in this game. But you can really see why the neutral zone was like an area in the series just where nobody could push through it. The blues couldn't win, and neither could the reds, because it was just a narrow gap of no man's land, which was just too narrow for tanks, too narrow for infantry. Nothing could take the neutral zone. And to this day, it still remains a strategic point where no 2 nations can hold any advantage over the other. Going for a sort of Battle of the Kursk thing going on right here. Not the tree, save the trees! Oh, do you know what? For every tree that gets destroyed in this video, I will plant another. That's how it works in the Army Men of War universe. Our goal is to plant 20 million trees. I think with the amount of maps that I've created, I've planted over 20 million trees. Got a bunch of reds on the right hand side now. You can see this poor bunker, look at this. Just think if you was a guy inside that bunker, you'd be a giant plastic blob by now. Just death and carnage everywhere. Someone did request as well in the comment section for a tank battle, so this is like the closest thing we can really do in this version of the mod. So like if we go back in time, these were like the main battle tanks for their factions. I'm pretty sure they just introduced the pattern at this point as well, the blues did, because they made a deal with the greens if I remember correctly. Blues are really dug in on this ridge over here. Really beautiful map. Huge shout out to Nyrock. He's been helping me out with a lot of the videos lately. I think 50% of like the videos we've pumped out this month so far have been made by Nyrock, maybe even more. We'll have to get some charges as well. So we can see that the blues are still in the hundreds over here, look. But the reds are using their tanks very effectively and pushing the blues back to the edge of the map. If we look over here, we can see hundreds of reds as well. Glory to the Red Union. I'm in love with these skins. Oh, he's just going to add to the pile, look. This was during the time where units didn't count for crap. They were just like, oh, it's like, if he blows up first, maybe I can use his corpse as cover. Good idea, tank. Maybe not so good after all. Just cooking all these plastics alive. So how many tanks is that? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's like 22 tanks or something right in that screen right there, just in that one position. So like I say, units didn't count for anything back in this part of the series. Try and get some shots off. For the motherland! Take cover. I can imagine this battle is not going to have a winner really. Like I say, it's a tug of war. When we do these tug of war battles, I tend to make them extremely even, or have them made really evenly. So both sides have a sort of equal chance to take each other's side of the map. In this case, it looks to me like the reds are winning. So if we go into strategic overview point like this, look, let's see how much of the map they have left to take. Still quite a lot. They've got to go for this woodland as well yet, which the blues have seemed to have dug themselves in. I love these huge battle maps, like ones. They look like a giant front line. It looks like it goes on for miles. Do you know what we need to do? We need to go into slow mode right here. Let's go into slow motion. This is going to be epic. We're going to do a giant slow motion charge. We'll do it from... Let's do it from the reds. That'd be cool. Right. Red charge. Go. Just get a full charge. Cue the sad music. There we go. It's so beautiful. Try and take as much ground as possible. Squad leader leading the way. Tell me in the comments, were you in this battle? I want to know where you guys roleplay in this series. I know a lot of you guys like to play as a character. Give me a backstory in the comment section. It's always good because you never know, they might be featured in their own episode of Army Men of War someday. Well, Army Men of War Legends. Let's do a counter-attack now from the blues. All these soldiers in the rear. Charge! There we go. I love the tall grass, it looks so epic. Really going to try and push forward. This is just like World War I. It just reminds me they've just went over the top of the trenches. Now they're engaging the German trenches on the other side. It's like the Tommies versus the Jerrys. I think that's what they used to call them, wasn't it? Tom versus Jerry. I think, has anybody ever watched the cartoon Tom versus Jerry? Like Tom and Jerry, that's it. I think we're going to speed it up now, so we're not here forever. But I'm pretty sure Tom and Jerry was actually based off of World War I, wasn't it? Tommies. Also, does anybody ever remember that game? What was it called? I think it was Hogs of War. That was like a classic game on the PlayStation 1. Let me know in the comments if you played that game, because that was epic back in the day. I think at this precise moment, the Reds are actually taking more ground. Look at this huge, huge tank graveyard over here. I think in the end of Season 2, I do believe that they solved this problem by making some policies and forging a ceasefire. But the blues getting pushed right back to the edge of the map now. There's so many Reds, look at them all. Hundreds of them. But I'm pretty sure this was a very equal and fair battle. Same amount of tanks each. I'm not sure if the T-34 and the Cromwell are an even match. Maybe they are, but I'm pretty sure the T-34 has a little bit more range than the Cromwell, because the Cromwell gun is a little bit more stabbier. If we look at the Cromwell gun, like you can see, it's quite short compared to the T-34, so maybe that wasn't exactly balanced, but who knows, maybe we could get some like better tanks in the future. Let me know in the comments, are you enjoying these battles as well? Army Men of War Legends is just a way that we can go back in time and just relax, play some cool epic battles, as well as look into some plot holes that we missed in the lore as well. I feel like it really covers them up, and we didn't really cover much on this front. And to see these remastered textures as well is just epic. The blues are like, we need to retreat, sir. They're pushing us out the map, sir. Let's get out of here. Just using the tall grass now. Unfortunately, this was an absolute slaughter for the blues. Let's just see how many Reds there are. I'm pretty sure there's a lot. There's a hell of a lot. Not sure if there's any tanks left though. I think every tank has been taken out. Every one of them. Another cool thing as well is if one of you guys can count the amount of casualties in the Army Men of War series so far, that'd be pretty epic. Just tally them up and then we'll get an estimate. Because I think at the moment there's too many to count. Because you got to remember, even though we only play one battle at a time, these battles are fought across fronts as well, like they're fought across miles of land. So this is like a different front of that battle in the neutral zone. That's it, the last stand of the Blues. Retreat out the map. Should we retreat these guys? I think we should. We're gonna save your guys' lives. Get out the map. There we go. We'll save their lives. They're gonna live to tell the story. That's how I know this happened, you see, because they retreated from the battlefield and they documented it. So there we go. A little bit of realism right there. And other than that, it's a complete red victory. It looks like a red slaughter, but I assure you the numbers were exactly even in tanks and in units. But the Reds just seem to have survived, really. It would have been cool to see the Blues push the Reds back to this church. Who knows? Maybe they will in a future video. Maybe we could do like another Hold the Church video. That was pretty epic last time. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Do shoot that like button if you did, and drop a bomb on that subscribe button. Join the Mighty Nation. If you want to take part in any of the events and join the community, over 1,300 strong. There's a Discord and everything. Links will be on my website, which is in the description. Also a link to merch as well. I'm also adding new merch as of late, so do be sure to go and check that out. There's some really cool stuff on there, and it also helps support the channel as well. Other than that, I think that's about all I need to cover. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video, comrades.